Hello friends, welcome to our special session on career counseling called Pratibha Samvardhan, and we would like to tell you all that today we are having a very vivacious session where we are understanding how to apply for different universities in different countries. And for this session we have Miss Bhavna with us, who is consistently and persistently making each and every point clear so that all those students, all those parents who might be watching us right now or would be watching us through the YouTube channel where we are going to upload this lecture later would be benefiting. This is for sure. Dear friends, if you have any question, do talk to us through our toll-free number. Our number is 1-800-110-430. This is the toll-free number through which you can ask questions from Ms. Bhavna, who is there with us right now to give answers to your questions. So we are eagerly waiting for your questions. Please ask questions pertaining to the topic only so that it becomes easier for us to have very good communication with you. So Ms. Bhavna, we have talked a lot more about US. Now, what are the other universities and what are the procedure there to be followed?
For UK, the portal is UCAS. Now, for undergraduate studies, you can only apply to 5 universities and the portal is UCAS. So, irrespective of the university that you are choosing, irrespective of the course that you have chosen, you need to apply via UCAS, and you can only apply to 5 universities in total. So, there are some top universities of UK that includes University of Oxford, University of Cambridge, University College London, Imperial College London, King's College London, University of Manchester, and etc. University of Warwick. And there are 24 universities that comes under the Russell Group, which can be categorized as the top universities in UK. Apart from the Russell Group, there are some of the universities like University of Aberdeen, University of St. Andrews is there, University of Bath is there. Every university has its own forte, and every university is known for the particular course that you want to apply for. For example, if you want to apply for a management degree, if you are interested in business management, you can apply to London Business School. If you are interested in economics as a subject and you want to explore that side of economics, the top university can be London School of Economics and Political Sciences. So when you are choosing your universities in UK, you need to make a chart of the universities that can be categorized into the dream options, the target options, and the safe option. Provided the number is very precise, that is 5. You cannot apply to more than 5 university. You have to create your university list in such a manner that it should have the safety schools, because at the end of the day, you would not want that you don't have anything at the end. So you need to prepare your university list as per your grades, what predicted scores that you have, and what the 10th grade is. So, like I said, the application portal is UCAS. UCAS is a very small and precise application portal. There is not a very detailed list pertaining to it. Number of documents are submitted to it that includes 10th board mark sheet, 12th predicted scores, your personal statement, and only one LOR. So when you are applying to UK, you need to make sure that your 10th grades, your 12th predicted grades are resonating with the kind of universities you are applying to. So the required documents are 10th mark sheet, 12th predicted scores, statement of purpose, one letter of recommendation. Now, IELTS or a TOEFL scorecard, and some of the extraneous documents. So I would like to emphasize on the point that unlike USA, UK only requires one letter of recommendation, and that should be academic reference. Now you can take LOR from the teacher, which is kind of in relevance to the major that you are applying to, that you have to keep in mind. Now if you are applying for a Bachelor of Mathematics, you can take LOR from mathematics teacher. taking English LOR would be kind of irrelevant, because she would not be able to comment on your mathematical skills, on your quantitative skills. So you need to keep in mind before asking for the letter of recommendation to your teacher. That was all for UK. It's a very precise form. Now I would like to explain the application process in Australia. There is a group of 8 universities in Australia. Like in India, there is University of Delhi, under which a lot of colleges come. I mean, SRCC is there, Hindu College is there. Just like that, in Australia, there is group of 8 universities wherein the prestigious universities are there, including some of the names are University of Melbourne, Australian National University, University of Sydney, Monash University, University of Queensland, Adelaide, University of New South Wales and Western Australia. So, the documents are more or less similar to US only. 12th mark sheet is required, 12th predicted scores is required, a statement of purpose should be there, letter of recommendation should be there, English proficiency should be there, and extraneous documents like a GTE checklist is there. You need to provide ITRs of your parents, last 3 years of ITRs. You need to provide sponsorship affidavit, who is going to sponsor your university studies. Your passport should be there, your resume should be there. So Australia, unlike other countries, is very document centric. I mean, you'll have to send your documents, including the financial documents, before even applying. I mean, Australian universities generally prefer agent-centric applications. They have tied up with several agents, several companies in India, via which they'll accept your application. Most of the universities will only take agent-centric application. So, if your country is Australia, if you're looking for a PR and if you're looking forward to study in Australia, you need to make sure that you are in touch with someone, you are planning your application in such a manner that someone is there to represent you. Maybe a university representative or maybe a company that has associations with the universities to process the application. It will make your process seamless. In Australia, I'll tell you why Australia is the ideal choice nowadays. So Australia is one of the only country which is offering post-study work permit that ranges from 3 to 8 years. It has PR prospect. Depending on the location that you're applying for, the PR policies are there. So if you're looking for universities or immigration for Melbourne or Sydney, you need to comply with those rules. You need to apply to a university in the respective region and then you need to get into it. So it's like you need to have your future plans, what the career goal is, what your immigration goal is when you're selecting the country. And if PR is into the picture, then Australia is your choice. Now, Singapore. So, Singapore is known for its top universities like NUS, National Universities of Singapore, SMU, Singapore Management University, and Nanyang Technological University. These 3 universities are the top universities of Singapore. Now, if you are a student who is very inclined towards academics and if you have excellent scores in your grade 10th, your grade 12th, then you can look at Singapore. If you're a student who is not looking to do any part-time jobs, if you're not looking for immigration, if you're not looking to get any post-study work permit, then Singapore can be your choice. Singapore is very academic oriented. I mean, the universities are looking for students who are academically bright. They'll give acceptances. They generally give acceptances to the students who has 90 or 95% or above in their grade 10th and 12th. So you need to be very sure that you have good academics when you're applying to Singapore, because academics matters. And apart from academics, they take Olympiad scores, they take JEE mains, JEE advanced scores, they take SAT, ACT as well. So talking about the documents that is required for SMU or the Singapore universities, those are 10th mark sheet, 12th predicted scores, statement of purpose, LORs, English proficiency scorecards, extracurricular certificates. Now, unlike other countries like US, UK or Canada for that matter, Singapore will ask you to upload your extracurricular documents. That means if you have reported that you have taken certain Olympiads, or if you are if you have been a gold medalist, or you have achieved something, a certificate in any extracurricular, they'll ask you to upload the documents. So you have to be sure, you have to be true, and you have to be very precise in what you are mentioning in the application. You should not write anything that you don't have, because they'll want your proof. Like I said, SAT, ACT, GMAT, GRE is required in the process. You need to upload your scorecard. You need to get your scorecard sent via the testing agency. Now, if you have taken SAT, you need to get your score sent via College Board website. You need to upload your transcripts. Now, you have been wondering what is statement of purpose or the personal statement that I have been telling you that is a requirement for every other country. So, statement of purpose refers to an amalgamation of what you want to pursue in life and how will the university help you achieve your goals. That means you need to tell them why you're interested in that university, what the university is offering you. You can mention some of the faculty names, what research they are doing, why you are interested in pursuing that research, what made you apply to that university. You need to mention all these points in an essay kind of format. That is statement of purpose, and most of the universities will ask for it, and most of the students are confused between what a statement of purpose is and what a personal statement is. Coming to the personal statement, how is it different with SOP? Personal statement requires you to tell the admissions committee something about yourself. This can include your achievements, your strengths, what you have done in your high school or your undergrad career, what your accolades are. So you need to tell about your personal life, what your family background is, what you have been doing, what your accolades are, in terms of how you can benefit the university and how the university can benefit from you. So in SOP, you are telling about the purpose why you are applying, while in the personal statement, you are telling about yourself, why you are good for that university. So don't confuse between statement of purpose and personal statement. These two are different things. And before drafting your essay, you need to check what the university is asking you to submit. Is it statement of purpose or is it personal statement, and what the guidelines are. Now, every university has different guidelines. Some of the university will ask you to submit a personal statement of 500 to 600 words. That should include only your accolades and your achievements. But certain other university will ask you to submit a statement of purpose of maybe 1000 words. So you need to check what the university requires and you need to prepare your document accordingly. Now, in USA, like I discussed, there are essays, and how it is different with personal statements or SOP for that matter. Now, the essay questions are usually short answers to a question given at the time of application. It has a direct question, for example, what are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? Now, you have to answer what is being asked by the application portal, what they want. If they're asking you to mention your long-term goals or your short-term goals, you cannot tell them why you're interested in that university. I mean, what the question is, you need to answer according to that. Scholarships. Most of the students are inclined towards scholarship. I mean, who would not want that? Of course. So there are different type of scholarships. entrance based scholarship, merit based scholarship, need based scholarship, application based scholarship and fellowship. So I'll explain what entrance based scholarship is. Some of the universities will ask you to take a test that will determine if you are being awarded a scholarship or not. A major university that is offering entrance based scholarship is University of Waterloo. There is a test called Euclid test for the students who are applying to majors like computer science or maths test. It's basically a maths test. Now your participation and your performance in this Euclid test will determine if you will get scholarship and how much scholarship you will get. So you need to prepare for the test, you need to check if the university has an entrance based test or not. Another type of scholarship is merit based scholarship. Now merit based scholarship can be automatically considered or a separate application requirement. So automatically considered scholarship means if you're applying to the university, the kind of documents that you are submitting, the kind of profile that you hold, the kind of essays that you are submitting, the application will determine if you are being accepted to the university and if you are being given scholarship or not. So if you are submitting an application, it will be assessed on two things. First is acceptance or rejection, second is scholarship or no scholarship, but you don't have to submit a separate application for it. The third one is need based scholarship. Like I told you, financial aid. So financial aid resonates with need based scholarship, but scholarship means merit. If you are having a strong profile, you will get maximum scholarship. So if you are looking at scholarship, if you are in need of the same, you need to make sure you have a strong profile, you need to have a strong application, you need to start way in advance to make your application a strong one. Accommodations. So where will you live? How far the university will going to be from your accommodations? Will it be a private accommodation or a university based accommodation? That is the reason students should prepare for their application timeline well in advance, because if a university is not offering you university based accommodations, you need to apply for private ones. So there are two types of accommodation. Private, that means they are not on campus. You need to look for a private thing, maybe a flat owned by a person you need to pay rent for and you need to make a lease out of it. The second one is university accommodations. Now these accommodations are offered by university, those are on campus residences and generally offered by large campus universities. So for example, in USA, most of the universities offers university based accommodations and for first year guaranteed residence are there. So it's like if you're applying for your freshman year, if you're going to the first year of university will make sure that they have accommodation for you, they'll accommodate you. But if you don't want to live in university based accommodations, you can apply for a private based. It can be maybe 5 miles from the university or 10 miles from the university. So when you're looking for a place to live, you need to keep in mind how far it is from the university. Will you be wasting your time in commuting here and there? So you need to keep the distance, you need to keep the location in mind where you are living. It should be safe for you. It should be in a location where companies are there, where you can get internship opportunities, because if you are looking for a study in international setting, you are well aware that you should be having an international exposure. You should be working in an international base to make your career out of it. You need to have an international exposure for yourself. You need to build your CV. So if you're choosing your university or the country for that matter, you need to keep in mind that you should be having some of the companies that you can look at too. You need to make sure that after 4 years or 3 years after your undergrad, you have a company in mind where you can work, where you should work, and then you can come back to your home country. So keep the accommodation factor in mind when you're applying for. Of course, last but not the least is the visa process. Visa is a time consuming and the major factor when you're applying abroad. Now you have done the entire process, application is done, you have received your offers, you have paid your acceptance deposit, you have booked your accommodation. Now you have to apply for a visa. So visa process should generally start to 5 or 6 months prior for most of the countries, like UK is there, Canada is there, Australia is there, and US. So you need to comply with the visa rules. You can get in touch with a visa consultant, just get to know what the process is, what the requirement of the documents are, financial documents are needed in the process, for how months you need to maintain your funds. So let me tell you, most of the countries, most of the visa requirement is for you to show 1 year of living cost and 1 year of tuition cost maintained in your bank. Most of the countries will ask you for it. So you need to make sure the funds are maintained in your bank. You need to make sure that the parents have ITRs they can show to the visa consultant. You need to make sure you have subsequent documents like a I-20 that is required for US, a CAS document from UK university, and so on. So there are certain set of documents required in the visa process as well. You need to make sure you have your medical certificate ready with you. You have your immunization details with you. So that depends on the university and the country that you are going for. So every country has their own visa documents. So at the end of the day, it depends on you, what country you are looking at, which major you are looking at, and which university you get into. So you need to well prepare in advance. That is what I have to say right now.
Whatever you have said here, it seems as if the battle is half won. We are on the halfway and we are about to reach to the destination. That means your session was so vivacious, so enriching, that we believe that the students who have watched us or would be watching, they would be feeling they are right now in their aspired country. So because we have very less time left over here, any point which you would like to conclude over here, so that the students are inspired to be in their respective countries?
Of course. So first thing that I need to highlight is, please work on your essays well in advance. I mean, there's no point of rushing in the essays at the last minute, because essays are something that reflects your personality. I mean, you are submitting your grades, your academic merit to the university, but how to show your personality? Essays are the only thing that will make them understand what your personality is. So if you are looking to apply sometime in October or November, you should start working on your essays well in advance by August end or September start. If you are writing your essays, you should prepare a timeline and a deadlines attached to it. You should go one university at a time, one essay at a time. Don't rush into a lot of things. Just take one task at a time, one university to submit, and then move to another, to make sure you are not in a chaotic manner and you are well systematic with the process. Second thing that I need to highlight is, prepare your documents accordingly and submit it in a formatted manner. I have seen that some students are uploading their documents. I mean, the alignment is not nice, it's not legible, it's blurred. Let me tell you one thing. If you are not able to read your document, how are the admissions committee supposed to read it? So prepare a scan document, a proper scan, and then send it to the university. How well you are preparing your application is directly proportional to how easy you are making the task for them. I mean, they have 5 to 10 minutes to assess your application, and they have hundreds and thousands of applications like you. I mean, you are not the only one who is applying to the university. They have applications all over the world from. So just prepare your documents well in advance in a proper manner, scan documents and then send it to the universities.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bhavna, for giving us this enriching session, and we have discussed a lot and we have learnt a lot from you, and we believe that all the students who are aspiring to go to the foreign universities and to pursue their career, so this might appear to them a very, very vivacious session. Thank you once again for being here
so much
and giving us
me.
content.
Thank you so much.
So dear friends, keep watching us. We are going to upload this lecture on YouTube for you, and yes, do write to us at cecgurukul.live@gmail.com if you have any queries. We would be meeting again. Till then, take care. Goodbye.